Hi, it's 1 year since we went into lockdown today, which is completely crazy that we have been doing this for this long and that we've kind of come this far. Obviously, we've got a bit of an end in sight now with restrictions starting to lift, the possibility of businesses starting to move back into a slightly more normal or familiar, certainly, working pattern. But I wanted to share some high value coaching questions to ask your team if you're in the lead up to revising how you're working, or really if you just want to check in on how everyone is doing with us being a year into this. Some people might be really raring to go to get back into the office. Some people might actually be finding it a little bit more difficult and might feel a bit more anxiety around it. So I wanted to share these questions because the businesses that take their time and the leaders that take their time to ask these kind of questions and listen to the answers and see how they can best serve their employees are going to be the ones who are doing the right thing by the people that work for them and who are doing the right thing to take care of them. So here's my questions. First question is, how do you feel about restrictions lifting? As I said, you might be surprised. There can be an easy assumption that everyone's really excited, but it's not really necessarily the case. There's a lot of anxiety that can go along with it. And there's an awful lot of pressure that can go along with that as well. So really try and understand how do people feel about things changing. How is your work-life balance? Question number 2. Not just as simple as how are you, but how is that balance? How has it been? What do you find works well for your work-life balance? What's made it difficult? Question 3, which parts of home working, or if people aren't working from home, what parts of your current working environment have been working for you and what hasn't? Again, start to get an understanding of where things might actually be benefiting people, rather than assuming that people want one specific thing. What is it about home working that has actually been useful? Some might say absolutely nothing, but some might have something to tell you that gives you a bit of insight into where they've actually been getting some benefit from it. Question 4 is, what worries you about restrictions starting to lift? There's some worry, there's some anxiety, as I said, and start to understand what that might be. And finally, how can I best support you? How can you best support your team? Really understand what they need from you. Taking the time to ask this question, to listen to the answer and start putting in place the things that they tell you is one of the best ways that you can have to really make an impact as leader. So I hope this helps. Let me know how you go.